to your phonics session today. To begin our session, we're going to start by recapping the sounds that we've already done. So when you see the sound, say the sound. Off we go. Ah, well done. Ear. Your. Ooh or well done. Ah. Air. Oi. Ow. Or. A. Ow. I. Or. E. Oi. W. E. A. Oo. Or. Oo. O. I. Wonderful. We're now going to recap our tricky words. So when you see the tricky word, say the tricky word. Off we go. There. Looked. Like. One. Were. Oh. Mrs. Mr. Some. What? Asked. Said. There. Out. When. People. So. Do. Once. Have. Come. Where. Little. Well done. Okay, I'm now going to introduce you to your new phoneme today. So your new phoneme, I say it, you say it, is O. 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 And it's O in bone. I say it, you say it. O in bone. O in bone. O in bone. Wonderful. I'm now going to show you the grapheme for the phoneme O. Now, like our I and our E and our A that we've learnt recently, our O is our split digraph. So it has our O, and then it splits and has our E, ready for a letter to go in between them. So when you see O, say O. Off we go. Wonderful. We're now going to play a game of see it, say it. So when you see O, say O. But remember, we only say O. We're not saying any of our other sounds. Off we go. Oh, well done. Let's do that again. Oh, well done. One more time. Oh, well done. Now that you've seen O, I'd like you to say O and write it on your whiteboard 3 times. Pause video now and write your new O on your whiteboard or piece of paper 3 times. Off you go. Wonderful. Now that you've written O, we're going to practice reading O. So we're going to practice with a game of buried treasure. So reading the word on the board for me, please. Wonderful. Stone. Stone. Is stone a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a real word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Lovely. Zoke. Zoke. Is zoke a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Wonderful. Joel. Joel. Is Joel a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Brilliant. Exglode. Exglode. Is exglode a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Wonderful. Woke. Is woke a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a real word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Lovely. Roan. Is roan a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Wonderful. Vote. Is vote a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, reading the next word on the board, off you go. Lovely. Pole. Is pole a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a real word. Pole. Okay, reading the next word, off you go. Brilliant. Shows. Is shows a real word or a nonsense word? If you think shows is a real word, think about how it's spelt. And is it spelt the same as this? Lovely, it's a nonsense word. It's a different O for shows. Okay, last one, off you go. Lovely. Sprone. Sprone. Is sprone a real word or a nonsense word? That's right, it's a nonsense word. Okay, now that we've read some of our words, we're now going to try and spell them. So standing up in a space with your robot arms at the ready. Okay, our first word, I say it, you say it, that we're going to try and spell is bone. 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 Okay, robot arms at the ready, ready to sound out the word bone. Off we go. B-O-N, bone. And again. B-O-N, bone. One more time. B-O-N, bone. Let's pinch those sounds on now. B-O-N, bone. So there are 3 phonemes in our word bone. Okay. Pause the video now and write the word bone on your piece of paper or whiteboard. Off you go. Lovely. The next word that we're going to try and write, I say it, you say it, is stone. 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 Lovely. Standing up with your robot arms at the ready to do the word stone. Let's start. S-T-O-N, stone. And again. S-T-O-N, stone. One more time. S-T-O-N, stone. Wonderful. Let's pinch those sounds on now. S-T-O-N, stone. So there are 4 phonemes in our word stone. Pausing now, can you write the word stone on your piece of paper or whiteboard? Okay, lovely. The last word we are going to write is scone. Scone. I say it, you say it. Scone. 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 Now some people say that word scone, but we're going to say it as scone just so that we can remember how to spell it. Okay, robot arms at the ready. S-C-O-N, scone. And again. S-C-O-N, scone. And again. S-C-O-N, scone. Let's pinch it on now. S-C-O-N, scone. Lying like a lizard or sat beautifully where you are, pause the video and write the word scone on your piece of paper or whiteboard now. Wonderful. Now that we've practiced that, we're going to practice reading some questions with our O sound in them. Let me just share my screen. Okay, when I show you the question, pause the video and read it, and then I'll read it to you afterwards. Pause the video now. Wonderful. So, can a stone explode? Answer that question at home. Do you think a stone can explode? Lovely answer. Okay, I'm now going to show you the next question. When you see it, pause the video and read it, and then I'll read it to you afterwards. So pause the video now and read it. Wonderful. If you are home alone and you find a bone, will you get on the phone? So if you found a bone while you were home alone, will you get the phone to call somebody? Answer that question at home. Wonderful. Okay, last one now. Pause the video and read the question that's on the board. Okay, your question is, will you see a queen on a throne or on an envelope? So would you see the queen on a throne or an envelope? You'd see her on both, wouldn't you? Sometimes she likes to sit on her throne, and other times you might see her on a stamp, which will be on an envelope if someone's posting it. Wonderful. Thank you for a lovely phonics session, Year 1, and I'll see you tomorrow.